Well, here it is, zombies. Emotionally deprived and sleep screwed up, or is that emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived? I don't know. It's in, what is this, the 9th of May? 2023. And it's about 5:20 in the morning. Oh, actually at night. I'm losing it. So, how does this Weaver John Seal Rosamond in California be able to be so informative on such things, or actually ill-advised and ill-informed? um, I don't know. I know Trump lost his civil case, so there was a sexual abuse and defamation case won, and Trump lost. Trump was liable on it, and he's fuming mad. Oh well. There's another guy named George Santos who lied his ass off to the New York City and state of New York, and now he's finding himself in the court systems. Okay, what else? Well, besides the other two things, MTV News, kaput history, laid off because of studios and television studios and production companies are laying off and drop kicked somewhere else. Major channels are still having suffrage of personnel, not to mention social media. Facebook was one of those channels that's facing the layoffs. Paramount Plus, I guess. CBS. And YouTube is still apprised and still filled up with enough. Excuse me. Launch is still trying to affect me. But the zeros and ones out there are trying to tell us of all of our favorite things that we've looked at. We had more stuff and more insanity to show you at this point. Apparently, the little things that happen in different towns and counties and school board meetings are still being displayed. And it's usually the smaller social media folks out there, the ones that are trying to inform us of a lot of situations here, are making their cases out there of how divided and derided we all are, including repeating state governors, certain state officials, and federal officials that have all these gun violences going on, still saying that there's no choice but to endure them. Second Amendment is rule over all. So we're all screwed on that one. Me trying to be informed is not exactly dealing with social media or YouTube as primary, but I still need to understand what's going on in the major news cycles, not to mention in the local news. I've heard complaints happening. That corporate media is out there to rule the world and trying to influence us left and right. Well, shit, media has always been slanted. I tried to talk about this a long time ago. What gets to me is not all this stuff that happens, but the personal stuff I put out there that nobody else picks up on except for strangers. If friends happen to see it, they've accepted it as normal. But other strangers will look at some of the stuff, and once in a while I'll get a nibble, I'll get a bite from somebody else that I have no clue who the hell they are and where they're coming from. And then I'm automatically suspicious because I don't know what the hell they are, who they are, what they are, and then automatic block right there. I can't tell you how many people I've come across that invited me to be their friend. And I've always said no. I've said no. I've seen one time, and yeah, that one time is still, that is still plaguing me to this time. That I don't trust. I don't trust. And it's just how it is for me. Somebody's going to try to wanting to be a strange, be my friend because sympathy or they empathize and they feel like they want to get a connection with me on this one. And I'm one of the hardest damn people right now to be connected to because I don't trust anybody. I learned that damn thing the hard way. I got stabbed too many damn times. I had a few of my friends still not paying attention, and it seems like I'm walling myself up more and more at this point. I want, and it seems like I'm expecting, and I'm trying to force a hand and it's not working. Of having my friends and family, or my so-called friends and family out there, if they really cared, they would understand what the hell's going on. They would try to get in contact with me to communicate to see what the hell's going on, to see how I'm doing. The problem is they don't. It's the strangers out there. They'll throw out these friend requests and give me all these damn suggestions. And it seems like I'm too damn weak. And therefore, I may be an easy mark somehow. And I'll get the, no, that's not the thing at all. But according to my head, at this point over here, am I distrusting of people at this point? Yeah, it is, and I'm not doing it. I'm not a sucker. Very few people in my lifetime will I try to open up to. If I had a good read, fine. But if I didn't have a good read and I don't know you, fine. But I know. I put my stuff out there on social media. What does that tell you? Yeah. That I know I'm an open season, an open mark for people to try to jump on my case, and they'll think that they'll get an easy score. And really, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to screw with them, but I'm putting my stuff out there as lifeboats because if I happen to, well, if it is my time, then that's it. I go. I'm gone, and then nobody comes back. No, I take it back. I don't come back. And this is not saying in what we've been experiencing for God knows how long, to say that I'm going to be one of those statistics out there that's going to be causing major damage on anybody and everybody. I'm saying, no, this is just me itself, okay? If I am going to be in a situation where nobody gives a shit, so I am going to just die alone. That's what's probably what's going to happen. Or die in the midst of strangers trying maybe to save my ass if we're talking about medical personnel. But anybody else? See, that's the situation right there. I mean, that person I'd like to have someone who say, oh, how the hell are you? Seriously. Or at least have one of them say, yeah, I've been trying to follow what you've been doing and saying, and I don't get it. What's going on in that head of yours? To know that I would actually have my old friends and family out there would actually do this shit for me to see if they actually cared or not. No matter how many times I keep trying to put a clue out there, they're clueless. So if I happen to do this, I'm doing this. I try to tell them how I'm feeling and how I'm thinking in one way or another. And if I happen to give it an indication that, I may or may not need help, I may need something, one or the other. What do I get about phone calls? I'll get these weird-ass 800 calls from some places, and I just leave the voicemail on. If they're really going to be wanting my attention in one way or another, they'll be doing this. They'll be trying to contact me and leave me a message. What else am I supposed to do? I don't know. But what I'm trying to do right now is just deal with what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to cope as best as I can, despite the fact that I get emotionally triggered left and right. Yesterday I was, and today I probably was again, which left me depressed as hell. And I'll probably get into it again because of the triggers. They always relate to each other one way or another, in whatever form or function. This is a thing concerning about me going through my own damn emotional, fill in the blanks on that one if you want. Misadventures. It's all day it was cold and windy, blowing to the dust, and I was just kind of enjoying the breeze. Enjoying the breeze, enjoying the coolness, and seeing the neighbor kids go crazy outside. Which leaves my dog terrified because she can't go outside and play. But then again, I usually don't let her go playing out here because it's too damn dangerous. Not because of human, because it is kind of human because it's not enclosed, and I'd lose track of her. Not to mention she's almost blind as hell. So I have to keep an eye on her constantly. But I also have to keep an eye on myself constantly, too. Look, I know I'm going to be in trouble one way or another. It goes without saying. There are things out there that I have no control over. And there are things out there I do have control over. On these little channels I keep coming across on YouTube that says something about, well, what about this person's? What about that person? What about this behavior? What about that behavior? You gotta react, you gotta react, you gotta react. I'm like, thank you, zeros and ones out there trying to force me to make a human reaction to all this stuff. No, thank you. I'm reacting to what's going on inside of me. I'm trying to react to what's going on inside of here and inside of here. It's not important to anybody else, but it is important to me. The channel's the lifeboat. It tracks my progress. It tells people what the hell's going on. Eventually, it's going to be shut down, and everything else is going to be shunted over towards another channel. I'll probably set up. Probably a duplicate with a different email address. Because eventually, I'll have to give up what I'm doing here. I expect that. And right now, I'm still dealing. So, what else is there to say or to do? At least I'm not out there trying to hurt people left and right. I'm not trying to scare the living crap out of them left and right. I'm not going out there on a tangent and causing damage or anything else. Yeah, I've heard the stories about some of those guys out there. If they got something wrong with their heads, they got psychotic. We must have a weapon to go psychotic with. I can't deal with this shit. I swear to God, I just can't deal with this shit. Things happen. But I guess this is the way am I saying to life. I'm dealing, I'm coping, you don't like it.